a bill out there right now that is trying to give the military um, the rights to decide what to do with our land here in Washington State. How do you feel about that? And what do you think we can do to help stop that action if that's what you
Yeah, well,
are?
you might actually have to get me elected to stop that one. The second, again, back to the Constitution, the Congress shall be responsible for the Navy. Um, the people need to be put back in the driver's seat. And everybody saw that post and everybody's like, what that is just fuck, come on, are you serious? And that is the world we live in. And that is allowed to happen because we have no voice. All those people cry out in protest, and our right to protest is being eroded away. And we literally have, I can't even think of a good way to stop that. Sure, and don't take this the wrong way. Please do write your representative. Please do protest. Please do try to stop these things. But until that representative actually represents you, we need to dig deeper for a better solution. And that guy does not represent you. That's not what's going on here. We need to fix that, and we actually have a way to fix it now. So it's time to get it together and do this.
So, kind of an extension of kind of that. So, within your first year of being in Congress, what are some of your plans on either proposing legislation or signing on to certain legislations, or anything standing out that you will get on the ground running behind?
Yeah, well, I mean, if it goes, in a perfect world, this would go uh, in such a way that that we would have a lot of adjustment to do right in that first little bit. I mean, I'd like to, the warrior in me just wants to get up and straight up impeach right now because for the House shall have sole power of impeachment, right? Let's bam, knock two of them out. Laverne versus House, actually, the lawsuit itself takes Paul Ryan out of the picture. The language of he's the third in line. So if you wanted to actually impeach your way through the executive branch of the government, you'd have to either impeach all three of them, or in this case, we have a third less work to do because Laverne versus House eliminates Paul Ryan from the equation. And so, the warrior in me would say, let's start there, and along with that, and dealing with those things. But that's pretty Maverick stuff. We're talking about the X-wing fighter version. From a more balanced perspective, you would start with single payer, and you would probably immediately move to introducing the concept of a universal basic income. Not necessarily because it's not okay if if the House was suddenly multiplied by a factor of 8, and we did actually elect all these people, Dorothy, Sarah, Tambourine, and all these people running for Senate suddenly they're all in the House. Suddenly we've got all of them in the House. Then it's a game changer because UBI is getting through the House, period, and everybody knows about it right now. That's going to happen. If by some trick of fate I beat Rick Larson and am elected as a voice in the wilderness, and it's me and Pramila and one of the three power women, or even all three of them, and we're a minority voice, then you're talking about a more strategic approach, and you still introduce things like UBI so that they become a topic of conversation, with the hope that they will be enacted within our lifetimes, like Bernie Sanders did. Suddenly everybody knows we're renaming single payer universal healthcare. Everybody knows what that means now, and that is the way it will change through group consciousness. Now, again, my pitch is that we need the people back in the House, at which point we can rock that. We can take it and it's not even stuffing it down the throats anymore, because at that point it's just accepting that that's the will of the people. That's what people really want. Because, you look across this country, there are a lot of people who need that and would really benefit from that. So why wouldn't they vote for it? They'd be like, yeah, that's what we want. And we're going to vote for somebody who's going to give me that, because that's what I need to make my life work. And my life is going to make other people's lives work better, because that's going to work. Pretty straightforward in theory. And it's not easy, but at least we have hope and a plan.